I'm off to run some errands. Please tidy up this place.
No!
Wow! How did you guys do it?
We got cleaners.
Cleaners?
You know it, Dad.
Cleaner, it works.
Coming up next on Plus TV, Plus News. Join our news team for half hour of local and national news. Plus News, informative, balanced, accurate, and current.
Benny's is kicking off Father's Day with popping deals for dad. In the month of June, visit a Benny's near you and get 19 to 25% off selected items such as Milwaukee and Axie power tools, Charbroil barbecue grills, car care products, Karcher pressure washers, and much, much more. Make dad happy with popping deals for dad in June, only at Benny's.
Benny's, Benny's, oh, Benny's, 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 oh.
Making the headlines in tonight's newscast, Floralia bus knocks down and kills 16-year-old student. 13-year-old minor found in Orange after being reported missing. Ministry of Agriculture hosts press conference to update the nation on the spread of new world screwworm. Joint unions host press conference to address bad faith negotiations from GOB. And Belmopan's Red Cross branch organizes back-to-school drive. These and other stories are coming up on tonight's newscast. Stay with us.
Brought to you through the courtesy of Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse.
Every project starts with the right tools. At Builders Hardware, we got everything to get the job moving. Tools, paint, plumbing, electrical, garden, it's all here from construction start to finish. We're also offering a different kind of power tool. Order anytime, anywhere. Pick up in store or get it delivered to your home. Go to shopbuildersbz.com today and save money with our exclusive online deals. Builders Hardware, making it easier.
Belize City, get ready for a safe and reliable e-taxi experience like never before. Building on the success of our e-ride bus service, we've heard your feedback, Belize City. We've seen your enthusiasm and how eagerly you've embraced zero-emission transportation in our community. Introducing the e-ride taxi, an electric taxi service, bringing you a cleaner, greener way to travel around our beautiful city. As part of the transformative Belize City e-ride program, this new service is another step toward modernizing our transportation system for a sustainable future. Looking to book your first e-ride taxi? It's super easy. First, download the Medriva app and register. Then, book your ride. Insert your pickup and drop-off location. Select e-ride, choose the number of occupants, and pick your preferred payment method. Confirm your ride and track your e-ride in real time as it makes its way to you. It's fast, eco-friendly, and designed for your comfort. So don't wait. Download Medriva today and let's drive Belize City towards a brighter, greener future, one e-ride at a time. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Good night and welcome to Plus News for Thursday, June 19, 2025. I am Julian Cruz. A 16-year-old student of Hattieville was the victim of a fatal road traffic accident earlier today. According to reports, 16-year-old Terrell Cardenas was riding his bicycle when he attempted to cross the road. That is when a Floralia bus knocked him down. Cardenas succumbed to his injuries on the scene. Police say they have since issued the driver of the bus a notice of intended prosecution.
Police have issued a notice of intended prosecution to Yorde Salazar, the driver of a U-Tongue bus belonging to Floralia Bus Company that was involved in a fatal traffic accident which claimed the life of 16-year-old Terrell Caleb Cardenas, a Belizean student of Hattieville Village, Belize District. The accident occurred at approximately 10:30 a.m. today, 19 June 2025, between miles 16 and 17 on the George Price Highway. Initial investigation revealed that Cardenas was riding a bicycle from the direction of Hattieville to Belize City, and it is alleged that he abruptly made a left turn onto the highway into the part of the bus that was traveling to Belize City when the fatal collision occurred. Police investigation continues.
13-year-old Lissy Millian has been found in good health and is expected to be reunited with her family in Melchor in the next few days. On Monday, 13-year-old Lissy went missing after leaving school and reportedly getting into a white car. After failing to return home that day, the family quickly alerted the authorities and a search party was immediately formed. Yesterday at about 11 p.m., 2 days after being reported missing, Lissy was found in Guinea Grass Village in the Orange Walk district. According to ASP Stacey Smith, Lissy was found in the company of 3 persons, all of whom have since been detained pending charges.
On Wednesday, 18 June 2025 at approximately 11 o'clock p.m., police visited a residence in Guinea Grass Village, Orange Rock District, where Lizzie Suntekun, a 13-year-old student of Guatemalan nationality, was located. Suntekun, who attends a school in the Cayo district, was reported missing on Monday, 16 June 2025, after she had not returned for the afternoon session of her classes. Police have since placed Suntekun, who is in apparent good health, in the care of the Department of Human Services. 3 persons have been detained in connection to this incident, and a file will be forwarded to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution for their directives.
How does the police department, what is the investigation so far as to how she ended up in the Orange Walk district?
The information as it relates to this matter will be disclosed as it becomes necessary to disclose.
You say whether detained, what nature of charges are you looking at, or detained on what grounds? Harboring a minor, kidnapping, what kind of charges are we looking at?
Harboring a minor, and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution will be the one that makes the ultimate decision as to the charges that are to be levied under the circumstances.
Lissy is currently in the custody of Child Services but is expected to return to her family sometime in the near future. Today, numerous unions joined forces and held a joint press conference in Belize City. That press conference was organized by the National Trade Union Congress of Belize and saw participation from the Belize National Teachers Union, the Public Service Union, the Association of Public Service Senior Managers, the Christian Workers Union, the UBFSU, and the KHMH Workers Union. The point of the joint press conference was to highlight what the unions are referring to as the government's bad faith negotiation tactics, which the unions say they have grown sick and tired of. Before the union leaders spoke on the struggles that their unions have been going through with the government, Ella Waite, president of the NTUCB, called out the government for their countless television ads aimed towards the union leaders. Waite stated that if the ads continue to air, the NTUCB will submit the matter to the ILO.
The government of Belize must immediately cease the politicization of actions taken by union leaders and put an end to the personal attacks on their integrity. Union leaders are elected representatives of working people, not political pawns. The attempt to undermine their character for political gain not only weakens the democratic voice of workers, but also erodes public trust in fair labor practices. This pattern of scapegoating is a dangerous distraction from the real issues facing our workforce and our workers, and an attempt to an affront to the principles of justice, dignity, and collective bargaining. Responsible leadership demands respectful dialogue, not character assassination. That's right. If this does not stop immediately, NTUCB will be submitting a case to the ILO Standards Application Committee. Basta, enough. The purpose of today's press conference is for different reasons. One, to demonstrate solidarity among all unions and affiliates of NTUCB. Send a clear message to the public and the government that the labor movement is coordinated, resolute, and serious. Counter misinformation and government propaganda. Show that workers' demands are reasonable and rooted in justice and fairness. Explain how the industrial action affects and ultimately benefits the wider public, and reassure members and the public that union leadership is acting transparently, collectively, and strategically.
First to speak at this morning's press conference was the acting president of the UBFSU, Juliani Cassis. She spoke about the University of Belize's subvention that has been cut and government's unwillingness to increase the amount back to its original quantity of $10 million. According to Cassis, the PUP government promised an increase, but the subvention has been lower than it has ever been.
The UBFSU is calling on the government to reinstate the subvention of the university. The university was established in 2000. It will be 25 years old this August. Since its inception, its subvention was at $10 million. It increased in 2019, it saw its first increase to $11 million by the then UDP government. That same government in 2020 cut the subvention to $8.3 million. By 24%, it cut it. That was pre-COVID. The then PUP called out the government and condemned the decision. They said it was misguided and counterproductive, and they recognized the need to invest in the national university. Because we need quality education. We need to train our teachers, our nurses. We need to train the people who will be the workforce of this country. They promised to restore the $10 million subvention and increase that by $1 million every year should they become the government of Belize. They have been in power since 2020, if I'm not mistaken, right? Ironically, the subvention of the university from 2021 to 2024 has been at its lowest, at $7.65 million. Last year, the UBFSU called out the government on a press release that they put out in June, almost a year ago. The response by the then government was that it would have been irresponsible of them to increase it given the pandemic and the economic crisis we were experiencing. And we understand that. That same year, they put out a press release saying that they, and I will pull it out if you allow me. It says the government of Belize and the MOECST are deeply committed to the responsible, sustainable development of the University of Belize. That's a lie. The ministry objective is to have a clear plan for the sustainable responsibility, An element of that plan is to increase the subvention to UB from the current level to Belize 10 million in the 2025-2026 financial year.
Next slide.
That is the current budget that was presented. The budget that was presented once again indicates a 7.65 million for the university with no projection for increase. Now, our issue is the government keeps making promises. The subvention is not just something that we are calling for. It's something that the university needs. The subvention goes towards the operational cost of the university. This adds, without this subvention, it adds constraints to the institution.
The UBFSU says they are calling on government to demonstrate accountability and invest in the university for the betterment of the Belizean public. President of the Belize National Teachers Union, Nadia Kalis, also made a presentation at this morning's press conference. She spoke about the government's proposed contributory pension scheme and why the BNTU will not accept it until there is a comprehensive salary review.
We are not going to support any contributory pension without a comprehensive salary review. That's right. Remember now, some of us are not being paid for the work that we do. Some of us are underpaid, and we have to ensure that it reflects everything that we do. So that's one of the key things. Another thing is that government is proposing 5% for new entrants. Well, we are just hearing about the phasing, even though it's in the IMF report. At our table, we discussed something other than that. But do you remember what it felt like when you lost 10% one lick?
Yeah. I remember. Still hurt.
A lot of you ended up in poverty. Now, this is the reason why the unions are saying there have to be a better approach to this contributory pension. And for the record, we're not against contributory pension. What we're saying is that when you look at the constitutional provision, 112 Section B, that says whatever it is that exists now, if they're going to revise that, it must be something better. And government now wants to change the replacement rate from 67%, which some of you don't know this. You have to work 35 years to get 67%. Right. Anything under that, it begins to drop to 59, 58, it comes down. Yeah. So they keep throwing around 67, but that's not so. Now, you know if the retirement age becomes mandatory 60, then you know that this will definitely have to, if you look at it from that perspective, increase. But government wants to bring it down to 50%. What they contribute, the replacement rate, they want to bring that down to 50%. We do not agree. We do not agree at all with the rate of contribution. Because if you look at pensions, let me ask these gentlemen, do you pay 50-50 with your employer? Your employer pays more, and then you pay the smaller amount. If you look at many pension schemes, the employer pays far more than the employee. And so we are definitely going to be discussing this with government because we cannot have a 50-50 timing. They have to take the majority.
At the end of this morning's press conference, the joint unions announced a rally scheduled for the 28th of June in Belize City. According to the president of the NTUCB, Ella Waite, the public is invited to join in solidarity with the joint unions.
We are planning a march and rally on the 28th of June right here in Belize City, so mark your calendars. The venue and time will be announced shortly. And this is to allow all workers and the general public to show their solidarity with our teachers, public officers, and workers in general. With that,
The Toledo district is leading the way with new world screwworm cases. We will do a follow-up on that right after this break.
Looking to build or renovate? Find the inspiration you need in our showroom. First stop, the kitchen. Explore big-name appliances, all built to make life easier. From there, let the lights guide you. But what about the finer details? We've got you covered. And to bring it all together, we've got tiles for every surface.
All available online.
Builders Hardware, your home improvement warehouse.
Belize, it's here. Digis WTF Mega 3-Day Sale Event. What? I meant Wednesday, May 28th, Thursday, May 29th, and on Friday, May 30th only. With exclusive devices offers starting at just $59. What? Yes, on DigiWallet's Marketplace. Shopping stores only device deals at Digistores and Cellular World locations countrywide with savings up to $260. Are you serious? Yes. Enjoy slash prices when you sign up for a mobile postpaid plan, DigiOne bundle, or DigiNet plan. This is the sale you don't want to miss. Rush in or tap fast before it's all gone. The WTF Mega 3-Day Sale Event only with Digi, and once it's gone, it's gone. Gone.
My parents always said, when it's time to build, invest in quality products that last a lifetime, even if it means paying a little more. It is now my turn to invest in my own home, and it's not even a question. It has to be Oran Windows. My contractor recommends Oran because of the heavy-duty construction, the thickest gauge blades on the market, and the dual locks that allow lower louvers to close independently for privacy while the top remains open for airflow. These features make Oran aluminum louver windows the best on the market.
With Oran aluminum louver windows, you get strength, durability, and beauty with an added layer of security and protection against debris and damaging winds. Come in and check out the variety of sizes and colors at Design Depot, located at Mile 3 Philip Goldson Highway in Belize City.
Electricity is evolving, and BEL is leading the way with smarter connections across Belize. Meet AMI, Advanced Metering Infrastructure. It's not just a meter, it's a smarter way to manage power. Smart meters record your energy use in real time and securely send the data to BEL. Key customer benefits include real-time insights into energy usage, improved home energy planning, integration of solar, battery, and EV technologies, and innovative customer service solutions. Get ready! AMI is coming soon to municipalities across Belize, including the Keys, to give you more control and reliability. BEL, bringing you a brighter tomorrow.
From power tools to plumbing supplies, paints to light fixtures, at Benny's Kayo, we've got it all. Our extensive range of construction and household products ensures that you'll find exactly what you need, whether you're a seasoned contractor or a weekend do-it-yourselfer. Visit us at Mile 43 George Price Highway, Cotton Tree Village, just outside Belmopan, and discover the convenience, quality, and affordability that set us apart. Your next project starts here. Benny's, quality and savings.
This morning, the Ministry of Agriculture held a virtual press conference to address the rising issue of New World screwworm. The New World screwworm has been ravaging the cattle industry worldwide and was first identified in Belize in December of 2024. Since then, there have been 160 confirmed cases of the New World screwworm across the country. According to Dr. Roxana Alvarez, the Chief Veterinary Officer at the Ministry of Agriculture, the Toledo district has the most active cases of the screwworm with 90 occurrences.
At the end of epidemiological week 24-25, June 14th, or last Saturday, we had 35 communities affected in the Toledo district, 5 in the Stan Creek district, 29 communities in the Cayo district, 4 in the Belize district, and 4 communities in the Orange Walk district. The case distribution is as follows. Toledo, 90 cases. Stan Creek, 5. Cayo, 57. Belize District, 5. And the Orange Walk District, 2. Within the past 2 weeks, 2 cases have appeared in the Orange Walk District, and the epidemiological investigation is ongoing. To be clear, the northern portion of the Belize District, the Orange Walk District, and the Corozal District are considered the uninfested northern zone since there have only been isolated cases. There is an animal movement control point at Sun Hill in the Belize District to verify that the animals moving to this zone have gone through the necessary process and are compliant. These controls have been in place since March 20th and are not being changed today, but remain under constant review.
And while the New World screwworm mainly affects cattle, the virus can also be found in other animals. According to the Ministry of Agriculture, in Belize, there are 54 cases of the New World screwworm found in dogs.
Extremely concerning for us is a marked increase in New World screwworm cases in pets, particularly in dogs. On June 14th, we had 59 cases in cattle, 54 cases in dogs, 23 cases in pigs, 17 cases in horses, 5 cases in sheep, and 2 cases in goats. Of our 160 cumulative cases, 55 are active cases with wounds in the process of healing. Notably, in the past 4 weeks, we have had 20 new cases in dogs. Even more concerning is that the owners of these dogs seem not to be aware of when infestation occurs and only notice when there is a large gaping wound. We are calling on all pet owners to carefully inspect their dogs and cats as diligently as small stock and livestock producers are doing. The response from producers has been positive, and the spread of New World screwworm in Belize has not been as significant as that of other Central American countries. We continue to urge producers, pet owners, and the public not to take this detrimental pest lightly. Continue inspecting your animals, treat their wounds, and report cases of New World screwworm to the Belize Agricultural Health Authority or the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security, and Enterprise. Together, we can control the spread of New World screwworm and prevent the losses that it can bring to the agriculture sector.
Zoe Zetina, Managing Director of Baja, says that pet owners need to regularly inspect their pets, especially if they live in areas where the disease is prevalent.
I want to emphasize that the large number of infestation in dogs is alarming. With almost as much infestation in dogs as there is in cattle, Baja is concerned that the dog owners and in general, pet owners are not properly monitoring the health of these animals. We continue to urge the owners of all animals, including all livestock, small stock, and pets, to inspect their animals regularly for wounds, to treat wounds with the approved medicines and larvicides, and to report any maggot infestation to the nearest Baja or Ministry of Agriculture office. For the avoidance of any doubt, I want to clarify that these measures and the education and public awareness campaigns are not about instilling fear or creating a hullabaloo. New World screwworm is an aggressive mutation of the screwworm that was eradicated from the region some 30 years ago. The fly flies further, has a shorter life cycle, and seems more inclined to choose fertile males to ensure its survival. Combined, these new characteristics make it more challenging to control and eradicate. Belize and the entire Central American region, Mexico and the United States, remains committed to the continued development and expansion of strategies for eradication. But until those strategies are formalized and fully implemented, the control measures that aims to protect the investment in the livestock sector, to protect your pets, and prevent infestation in humans requires joint efforts from all stakeholders.
If you suspect that your pet may have been infected, you can contact BAHA at 822-0818. While cattle and pets have been affected by the screwworm infestation in Belize, there is still no human-related new screwworm cases identified in the country. Other countries in the region, according to the Minister of Agriculture, have not been so fortunate. Nicaragua is currently battling the highest number of screwworms in humans in the world. And the Minister Mai believes that it is only a matter of time before Belize records its first case. Out of the abundance of caution, Minister Mai says that in collaboration with OIRSA, doctors from Nicaragua will be coming to Belize to meet with medical professionals to exchange information on how best to deal with humans who have been diagnosed with screwworms.
And we must not forget that the closest pet to a human is a dog. Let us not forget that the country with the highest incidence of screwworm in humans is Nicaragua, and now being followed closely by Mexico. In Belize, so far, officially, we have had no reported case of screwworms in humans officially. And we hope to maintain it that way. However, in the event that it appears in a human being in Belize, we have to address it quickly. OIRSA is prepared to bring in doctors, medical doctors from Nicaragua, to share their experience with all medical doctors in Belize as it pertains to screwworms affecting humans. They have a lot of experience dealing with it. We don't want to be faced with a situation where we have it and we don't know what to do with it. And so we have made contact with CEO in the Ministry of Health and informed him that OIRSA is prepared to finance the doctors to come to Belize and share their experience with all Belizean medical people so that they can have an understanding of how to deal with this matter. Not to say that they don't know how to do it, but to share the experience that they've had in Nicaragua and other countries. So I think, to me, that is very important. Looking after our pets, which are very close to us, and the incidences of screwworms in humans.
As we reported on Wednesday, the Public Service Union president and some of the union's members blocked access to the Philip Goldson International Airport yesterday. These actions are part of the union's fight for an 8.5% salary increase. GOB says that unions are acting in bad faith as government has already agreed to the 8.5%. However, there is a need for continued negotiations as it relates to a timeline in order to be fiscally responsible. When the media caught up with Minister Francis Fonseca, he was asked to comment on the PSU's airport blockade. Here's his comments.
In my view, it is very unfortunate, very disappointing that the unions have moved away from the table and are not, resolving these issues in good faith, in a respectful way around the table. So I think, certainly I think the efforts to, close or disrupt activities at the airport, that cannot be acceptable to anyone. That is not in the interest of anybody. It's not in the interest of teachers, public officers, not in the interest of the tourism industry. It's not in the interest of Belize. And certainly from my knowledge of the people around the table in the joint unions who I've worked with for many, many years, These are all good Belizeans who want what's best for Belize. So that was very much out of character with the people I know, and I hope that that stops very quickly. We have to keep communicating and making sure that the Belizean people understand that the government of Belize has already agreed to give the 8.5% to the teachers and public officers. So we've already committed to doing that. The issue is, of course, whether it is done in one single payment, one single increase, or if it's done over a period of 3 years or 2 years or that sort of thing. So that I want people to understand that we have already committed to that. There's no question about that. We have already said, listen, we know that the teachers and public officers deserve an increase, but let's try to do it in as responsible a way as possible.
The unions continue to demand an 8.5% increase in one swoop. Offers of staggering the salary increase beginning with a 4% increase have been soundly rejected by the unions. One of government's negotiators is Honorable Francis Fonseca. He told the media today that Cabinet Subcommittee met and now intends to make submissions of new proposals to the Cabinet next week.
I'm very hopeful and confident that we will be able to have a positive resolution to what is currently sort of impasse, if you like. But where we are now is that the unions, as you know, have rejected the last offer made by the government of Belize. Our negotiating team, the Cabinet Subcommittee, met earlier this week to discuss, certain proposals that we want to make to Cabinet. We will be making those proposals to Cabinet on Tuesday of next week. And based on that discussion with Cabinet and whatever instructions we are given by the Cabinet, then we will be scheduling a meeting with the Junt for us to move the process forward in terms of whatever instructions we are given by Cabinet. So we're very hopeful that based on our own discussions, that those proposals will be well received, that they will be met with good faith, and that we will have an opportunity for an early resolution of this matter.
The Red Cross is hosting a back-to-school donation drive. We'll have that and other stories when Plus News returns.
Manuel, el cajón se volvió a trabar. Creo que debemos ir a Builders Hardware otra vez.
¿Otra vez? ¿Por qué no solo pedirlo en línea?
Ah, es cierto. Manuel, se me olvidaron las guías del cajón.
Catch all the action of the BPBL anytime, anywhere with the BPBL League Pass. Stream exclusive coverage on the national channel. Available on Next Gen TV. Choose the plan that fits you best. The Weekend Pass, 3 days, just $10. Weekly Pass, 7 days, only $15. The Monthly Pass, 30 days, for just $20. Don't miss a moment of Belize's premier basketball league. Get your league pass today. To sign up, contact us on WhatsApp at 660-7873 or visit nextgen.bz.
Give me the real milk, the number one milk, Donna milk.
Then love Dano Milk. You can whip its cream. For Dano Milk it is real. Yes, Dano Milk. Then love Dano Milk. All over Cayo and in San Pedro. Dano Milk. Then love Dano Milk. Dano Milk in the morning. Dano Milk in the evening. Dano Milk. Give me Dano Milk. Up north in Corozal, supermarket and them all. Dano Milk, then love Dano Milk. All over this land and in Belmopan, yes, Dano Milk. Give me Dano Milk. Say in Dangriga, down south in PG. Dano Milk, then love Dano Milk. You can hear this talk, cause it's in Orange Walk, yeah, Dano Milk. I love Dano Milk. Dano Milk Powder. Probably the best milk powder in the world. Dano.
To properly serve families and children, the court requires accurate reports, social workers who understand the importance of law and its legal requirements. Without continued training for social officers, we will have failed our society at large.
We begin a one-week training session to reflect on one of the most powerful tools in the field of social work, the Social Inquiry Report, or the SIR. Social workers on the front lines of Belize's child protection and juvenile justice systems carry the responsibility to inform and guide the decisions of the judiciary with compassion, professionalism, and evidence-based insight. An incomplete or biased report can have life-altering consequences, but a well-written, objective, and thorough SIR can change the trajectory of a child's life. In every social inquiry report, there is a chance to rewrite a child's story, not with fiction, but with understanding, not with judgment, but with justice.
Here's how to be a part of Benny's Homecation in 3 easy steps. First, download the B-Bucks app and sign up to be eligible. It's fast and easy. Then, shop at any Benny's location or Benny's entity. Remember to choose products from our monthly Homecation jackpot categories to earn entries. Now you can earn B-Bucks with purchases made and be a part of the Benny's Homecation jackpot for a chance to win the $10,000 grand prize in December. Win the ultimate Homecation with Benny's, quality and savings.
There was a house fire in Ladyville Village on Wednesday night. Last night at about 9 p.m., a single-story house caught on fire, resulting in the destruction of the interior. Fire personnel quickly extinguished the flames, but the inside had already been destroyed. According to reports, no one was injured by the fire. The house and its contents were reportedly uninsured, with the total estimate of damages unknown. An investigation into the cause of this fire is underway. Carnival is a major part of the September celebrations in Belize, and even though Belize only has 44 years as an independent nation, Carnival is celebrating 50 years in Belize. Today, the chairman of the National Celebrations Commission, Honorable Francis Fonseca, handed over $45,000 to the Carnival Association to assist in their celebration.
You know, we talked about the 50th anniversary, and we all agreed that, listen, 50 years, we have to celebrate that in a big way. We have to go big, we have to do it bigger and better than ever. And of course, that requires additional resources. So that's what we're doing. We're providing additional resources. We're providing the startup kickoff funds that they usually need. But the association is also holding two important events in celebration of 50 years of Carnival in Belize. They're having a big gala, 50th anniversary gala, where they will be awarding 50 individuals and businesses that have supported Carnival over these past 50 years. And they'll also be publishing a 50th anniversary magazine, really to celebrate all things Carnival in Belize.
Of the $45,000 donated, $20,000 is for the Carnival Association to use for their normal Carnival activities. $15,000 is towards the gala, and $10,000 is towards the publication of the magazine. With the current school year coming to an end, many students are leaving their uniforms and school supplies behind, leaving an abundance of potential reusable and recyclable materials. These materials, shirts, skirts, trousers, dresses, PE kits, backpacks, school bags, shoes, and other essential items needed for school are often left in good condition with shelves and shelved once the child has outgrown or replaced them. To combat this, the Red Cross office, Belmopan branch, has come up with a back-to-school donation drive seeking to rehome school essentials to families in need ahead of the upcoming school year. We spoke to April Faber, a youth representative for the Red Cross Belmopan branch.
It's where you bring in your old uniforms or bags or stuff that you, like once you stop school, like for the Fort farmers that have stopped school, they can come and leave their items like their uniforms and supplies and bags and anything else for students that are gonna go to high school or for primary schools that are gonna get into school or they need new uniforms and what's not to start a new school year. I thought of this idea because I know a lot of families need the little support to help with like school books or like school bags, you know, because they can't really buy it for the new year. We would like backpacks, pencil cases, school shirts, school pants, school dresses and skirts, and maybe school shoes. Yeah. We haven't received any items so far. They can come and stop by the Red Cross office here and drop off the uniform or the desired item. It's for a good cause, and at the end of the day, you're making someone's life better.
Those willing to donate gently used material can visit the Red Cross office on Cemetery Road on Monday to Wednesday at 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. So go ahead and provide your supplies to the Red Cross for those who will be in need. Thank you so much for tuning in to Plus News. Be sure to join us right back here again tomorrow evening when we bring you all the latest occurrences that are happening across this country. Until then, God bless you. Have a safe evening. Stay dry.